Hey everyone, it's Roxanne, EARTH1111. What are the signs that you have shifted into a higher timeline? That you are now existing in a higher frequency? Talk about all that today on EARTH1111. Hey, it's Roxanne, this is EARTH1111. Please subscribe and hit the bell. I've been ascending for many years, so I do all types of videos on ascension, spirituality, and 5D New Earth and beyond. We are all being upgraded to higher and higher states of consciousness. Now, what are the signs that you are now operating at a higher consciousness level? You are now existing in a higher timeline. So number one, animals, especially birds, coming to you, showing up in weird places, singing for you. Every animal is an aspect of ourselves. It becomes like you are Snow White in a magical fantasy land, literally. So it becomes magical. The higher you vibrate in frequency, the higher you expand to higher consciousness levels, the more magic you're going to see. Divine synchronicity happens non-stop. So synchronicity's huge. And every time that you are grateful for that, that you thank you, Spirit, thank you, and you really honor and acknowledge those signs, the more signs you're going to get. So other synchronicities, of course, 1111, and number sequences, 222, 444, 777, 000. And then we have other ones. It gets to be very detailed. You are existing in that vibration, which is why you have a connection, why you have that divine synchronicity at that moment. So always remember that. You have expanded and have connected to the sacred geometries of those numbers, of those patterns. So it's not random. You have increased your consciousness, so congratulations. It's always about you. Now, yeah, again, you're going to have multiple numbers. So again, it starts with 11 or 1111. And what the 1111 is, actually I'm going to have a video about that. So I'm not going to tell you quite yet. Subscribe and hit the bell. Oh, and the best website for number meanings, Sacred Scribes. I think it's called Sacred Scribes Angel blog, something like that. So Google that. She's been around for decades. She's the original. I've been referring to her website for 20 years. So all different types of numbers. Other synchronicities, of course, when we exist in a higher frequency, what happens is we are expanded to multiple levels of dimensions. So we exist quantumly. Now we're able to connect with infinite dimensions, timelines, that before we were in a limited timeline. 3D, 4D versus, well, 4D is the transformation where we start ascending. So again, I'll have a video about that, all the different levels of ascension coming up. So don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, so many different synchronicities. You know, you could be seeing the same person. So you might see the same person, the same spot, and it's almost like you're in a movie. And you've been here before, you've been in the scene before. So synchronicities could work like that. Again, synchronicities, I'm going to have a separate video about that because I don't want to talk too much about just synchronicities. I want to talk about so many different other signs. So other signs that you have increased your consciousness is people look at you weird. So you could be going around, you know, walking somewhere, and some people are attracted to you. But then some people are repulsed by you. You will see people running away as you're walking through an aisle, for example, in a store. It's been comical over the years. You know, I used to maybe take offense to it years ago, but you get to see these patterns, and they get laughable because it gets to be the point where, oh, I'm in a high time and this person can't handle my energy, so they're literally running away, avoiding you. When you are the light, when you are beaming from every molecule of your existence, people know that. They feel that even if they're not conscious of it on a human level, they are conscious of it on an energetic level. Babies and children, again, are always attracted to higher vibrational people in their heart. Again, to be at a high vibration, you have to be more in your heart. This is why everything flows this way. We don't increase our vibration by leaving our heart. There's only one way in. So again, the first stages of ascension, not fun. I have a video about the dark side of spiritual awakening. Please refer to that as well if you're newly awakened. But later on, the magic begins. So animals, my favorite. I just love animals, especially also domesticated animals. So cats, dogs. Dogs, my favorite thing is when I'm on a walk and someone's walking a dog and they're coming near me, and the dog could be, sniffing something, paying attention, but as soon as they get near in my field, within a few meters away, they just have the biggest smiles on their faces. They're just so happy. They're looking at you as they go by. Every dog does this. It gets to the point, again, of ridiculousness, because it's so awesome. So, again, your light is the love that people, animals, everything can sense. Everything is consciousness. Everything will sense your consciousness when you have more of it. Okay, let's get on to other stuff. So, what are other signs? You might find things like coins or, different things. And again, this also happens, with deceased loved ones, things like that. But when you ascend, you got to remember, when you are ascending, you are becoming all aspects of self. You are expanding to become the entire universe, to become pure light. That involves you merging with past loved ones that have died. That involves merging with the collective of humanity, merging with stars, merging with our galactics, our aliens, merging with the animals, with the planet. So you're merging with everything. You are becoming, essentially you expand out first, and then you contract and squeeze out all the stuff that's preventing you from holding that light. And then you expand out again to a higher level, and then contract back down to become that light. So this is how the process goes. You might start seeing alien ships, spaceships, lights in the sky. You might start seeing weird orbs, geometries. Again, a lot of this happens when you are more advanced levels of oversoul embodiment. But just know that always be aware. Look up at the stars. Get off your phone and look up, because everything up there is you. And you can watch the show. I've seen so many different weird things involving aliens, UFOs. I've been abducted multiple times. Again, not scary at all, always an upgrade to your consciousness. I'll talk about aliens in the future as well. But so many different signs come from, they're just subtle. Because eventually when you were in the flow, when you were in your heart, in the 0 point, you become a huge torus field. You just go throughout your day, always aligning to your pillar. So then it becomes a constant synchronicity, one after another. You're in the flow, you're in that energy. You are the energy, you are the light. So everything around you is a magical 5D New Earth experience. So again, there'll be times of purging as well. But as you go up on the ascension path, you should be able to see more and experience more and more magic and less of the horrible things. So this is also a sign of being in a higher vibration. Everyone around you is happy. Everyone around you is in their heart. They're laughing. Everything you see is a positive experience. All the stuff you hear blabbing about on TV isn't in your experience, because you are in a higher timeline where duality, separation consciousness, fear, anger, hopelessness, all these different things, corruption, does not exist. You're in unity. This is where we merge our aspects of self, essentially first merging our feminine and masculine energies to become a pillar. We align all our chakras, eventually to become a quantum being. All will be explained in a future video about ascension. Okay, so it becomes a magical experience 24/7. Again, when you're purging, you're going to drop down. You might see things like chemtrails. Chemtrails is, again, I've been chased by planes, helicopters, chemtrails for over a decade. I know a lot about them. And it used to bring me a lot of fear, a lot of anger. And now it's kind of laughable. Now I'm like, oh, there's a chemtrail. It's almost exciting when I see a chemtrail now because I see the odd one and I immediately dissolve its chemtrail. But even seeing that chemtrail plane at all means, oh, I've dropped down. I must be purging something. Something from the collective is purging from my field. So it's kind of like a, not exciting times, but I've totally laughed at it now. So again, a sign you're at a higher consciousness level, seeing chemtrails. And then again, as you get beyond 4D, chemtrails go away because you are literally experiencing a higher sky, a more expanded state of consciousness than a physical human. It's magical and exciting. Trust me. Oh, and as you again expand to high levels of oversoul embodiment, you start being able to have a completely different sky above you. You will literally poke a hole in whatever cloud covering is around, and you will have a nice circle above your head for, miles in each way. So you have a different sky, a different atmosphere. Again, on other times, you will bring clouds into your field, all depending on your alignment. This also happens with the sun. We align into a pillar, we embody the sun. Now the sun is influenced, well, we're influenced at the same time, but we're a master of the light. We're able to clear the sky. The clouds part and there the sun comes out. Another sign of, again, advanced ascension. So high consciousness attainment. This won't happen when you're first waking up. Actually, I'm going to have another video about advanced ascension signs because it gets weird. It gets so weird and wonderful. So for example, things like seeing rainbows through your eyelashes when you look at a light source. Sounds weird, of course, but when you are crystallized, when your consciousness is crystallized, you crystallize the light. So you can see rainbows. When you look through your eyelashes, you can see rainbows. Again, you advanced levels as well, you'll be seeing spirals, literally out of the blue, a wormhole will open up. See what I mean? It gets weird. It gets really weird. Yeah, I won't talk too much about the sacred geometries and seeing fractals and seeing spirals, but I'll do a video on that because it's, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Okay. Oh, and seeing where your skin, and you can literally see the gold shining through your skin. So your skin is always shiny, almost like you have a shimmer cream on. Your skin is shining out gold light, gold particles. So you see it shimmering, especially when you're in the sun. Okay, being able to heal, being able to sense light, to see sparks of and flashes in your eyesight, having your pineal gland activated, having developing clairvoyance, psychic abilities, maybe clairaudience, maybe hearing voices, knowing something, so your intuition goes up. So as we develop our intuition, our sensitivity, our anchoring in our heart, then we can begin to channel. And this is where we are accessing higher vibrational consciousnesses, expanded states of consciousness. We are accessing different geometries, different beings, right? These are all aspects of self. From the galactics to the power animals, to the gods, the goddesses, the planets, the stars, our Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, the fairy realms. These are all aspects of self. So what happens is later on when we are embodying our oversoul, which is all aspects of self, the channeling goes away because we no longer access beings outside of ourselves and experience them as outside beings. They merge with us. We are them. They are now integrated into us. Now we are them with their power and their knowledge. So the channeling kind of goes away. Again, I'll talk about that actually another time too. Another sign of being in a higher consciousness level, a higher timeline, is we look more radiant, more beautiful, more youthful. We feel better, we feel younger. Again, There's always times of purging where we look like crap. We look terrible. We feel terrible. We feel like we're at death's door. We look terrible, look like we're totally old. We look rough. And the reason for this, again, is we are sloughing off all our old stuff. We are literally in death and rebirth cycles nonstop. So every time you're in a purge cycle, you are in a death cycle. Old cells, old debris in your body is purging. Toxins, emotions, energies that you have had in you for lifetimes are coming out. So never be worried. Remember, we go through infinite ascension symptoms. We are literally becoming pure light. So when you're in a high vibration, like I was saying before, you have magical things happen. You have these opportunities that come out of the blue. You have amazing people contacting you. You have magic happening. You don't have any of the stuff that we see on the TV. None of that's in your life because you are in a higher timeline. So this is how physical and real this gets. Consciousness, it isn't about just, oh, okay, yeah, when I'm meditating, now I can achieve these higher levels of consciousness, or now I'm awake. Ascension is about physical embodiment, experiencing the weird and wacky and magical as your everyday experience. So right now, for example, I go through life and I'm a grid. So it's almost like I'm experiencing the virtual reality hologram of life. I wish you all the best. Remember exactly what you're feeling right now. It's all perfect. Don't be in fear. Don't buy into the exterior world right now. Ascension and oversoul embodiment is an inside job. We'll see you soon on Earth 1111. Thanks for watching. Please share the video with as many people as you can. And please comment and let me know your experiences. And like the video and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching Earth 1111. I'm Roxanne. Bye-bye.